Hello and welcome to the Winning Culture Blueprint. I'm Brandon Denmon, founder of Peak Executive Solutions, where we help businesses tie strategy and culture together and drive execution to the front line. One thing I want to talk about today, this is short, so it'll be fairly short, but I just want to tell a story that I was reminded of last week, which was highly encouraging and also just proves the point about taking your strategy and translating it to the front line, being super clear about what's truly important in your business. And in this case, it's a story about people. It's about the frontline leadership, truly understanding what the core culture, the mission, and the vision of this business was. So I want to tell you a story about a time. This was a frontline supervisor who had come to work early, and he was walking the line and looking for things that might not be quite in order before they started their shift. It's a heavy manufacturing operation, and the supervisor comes across a guard on one of the machines that was kind of loose, and he made a command decision. It's 4:30 in the morning. He said, "Listen, man, we cannot run this line. Line was supposed to start at 5. The way this is, because there's a risk of somebody getting hurt." All the while knowing that if he made this decision, that there's a pretty good chance that they were going to fall behind on production volume and maybe even shipping volume for the month. So he thought it through for a few minutes, remembering that the number one goal for anything is employee safety and health. So he made the decision to shut the line down. He called maintenance to come and have a look at the guard, and meanwhile started making corrections for the daily production that would allow them to hopefully finish the work that they needed, assuming they could get this guard replaced and then back in working order before, it caused too much production. So the maintenance folks showed up. They were able to get the guard in place, run the test, make sure that everything was safe to get back in production. They had everything done. I think the story was about 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then the team set to work with everything in order, and everybody was safe, of course. But also, the story goes on that they did manage to make their production for the day. They didn't miss any volumes for the month, and they accomplished the end goal for the company and for the clients, and that was that they made their production on time. They made it at the cost that they were supposed to, and most importantly, kept employees safe and uninjured. It's a point in the story that this supervisor, had he waited for management to answer the phone, because they surely weren't there at 4:30 in the morning, but he was very clear on what the priorities were. He made the call early because he had the autonomy to do so, and he hit all of the goals, most importantly, safety. So the question for you is, have you ever had a time where you missed production, you had an accident, or an incident because somebody either made the wrong decision, they weren't clear on the priorities, or unlike in this case, the employee didn't have the autonomy to shut the line down. And so they delayed the decision to the point where you were unable to meet the objective. Hope this helps you think through, like, how do you get clear with your front line? How do you take your strategy, your overarching performance goals, and translate that so that the front line has super clarity around what's important, has the autonomy to make the decisions, and still gets the results that you're hoping for? I hope this really drives you to make those kind of decisions, to communicate well, so that your front line can get your strategy done in your business. Go and lead well. See you next time.